All right, let's build something cool with WebGPT. Now, WebGPT is powered by web requests, and what this API allows your LLM to do are things like, well, browse the web, it can access third-party apps through API calls, it can generate images, it can build games, and of course, it can read PDFs. Let's go ahead and have it build us the classic arcade game of Asteroids. The WebGPT is a custom GPT available in ChatGPT's store. And so what it did is it went ahead and created us an environment to build in. It set itself some next steps, and then it went ahead and started coding and implementing the game. I'm going to ask it to give me a test link so I can preview the game, and I'm going to be able to just click this link and play test it right in my browser. Now, it looks like we just got a default canvas that was set up, so I'm going to go ahead and give that communication back to the LLM, and I'm going to see what GPT tells me. And it looks like it already identified what the problem was. We had some duplicate rendering draw functions, so it's going to go ahead and make that fix real quick, and then I'm going to get another link to play test the game. Ah, the nostalgia. Now this is looking good. The controls do work. My ship flies around. If I hit the edge of the screen, it repeats from the adjacent border of the screen. So this is exactly the way the classic game behaves. So I'm going to give that feedback back to the LLM, and I'm going to tell it to proceed with some next steps, finishing up the implementation of the game. And just like that, we got randomly spawning asteroids that fly around on the screen. I noticed that I can't shoot yet, so I'm going to go ahead and tell the GPT this feedback that the bullets aren't working yet. So the AI went ahead and followed an action plan it wrote for itself, implemented the changes, and then gave me a link to playtest my new build of the game. Let's take a look. AI isn't perfect, neither are humans, by the way, so let's not get too judgmental. The error message did tell us to advise the LLM to check the error logs, and that's exactly what it does here. And then it goes ahead and identifies what the problem was, understands it, and immediately moves to implement a set of fixes. Now WebGPT summarizes what the adjustments were that it made, and as always, it gives me a nice convenient link to playtest the game, and look at that. This is looking a lot better. The bullets are firing, asteroids are flying around. Still no collision detection, so I'm going to go ahead and give this feedback to the LLM. Now there are quite a bit of changes that it was going to make here, so it went ahead and confirmed with me first if it wanted to proceed, so I went ahead and told it to. Now, we actually encountered a front-end networking error here. This is not an error with the AI or the LLM itself, and GPT accurately identified that, understood and classified what this problem was, immediately went to retry its submission again, and it succeeded, adjusted, gave me that link. Now here's the game. Nevertheless, it does look like we introduced some input errors. I can't move around anymore, so I'm going to take a screenshot. This is the GPT-4 vision model that powers WebGPT. I'm going to give it some natural language feedback as well, and it's going to take another shot at this. Now, at this point in the conversation, there was another interruption, network interruption, so I had to tell it to proceed. So it picked up where it left off, it finished implementing those changes, and now we have a game over screen. So let's go ahead and try to wrap this game up. I'm going to give it a final round of feedback and try to get this game into a minimum viable product state. Oops, another runtime error. So let's go ahead and give it another shot at this. And how's this for prompt engineering? I'm going to reply with a single emoji, and WebGPT manages its context so efficiently that it's still going to get this next change right. And there you have it, a working version of the game. Ship flies around, bullets collide and destroy asteroids, the ship even has collision with the asteroids and will give us a game over screen if that happens. And if you remember from the beginning of the video, WebGPT can also generate images. Let's go ahead and have it make us some key art for our game.